I have perished in the mines of Minas Tirith, and I have returned as Jordan the White. And I'm here to throw some shares at Death Point from Ardex Limited, developed on the Unity engine. You can pick it up for around 13, 14 of your local currency. What is it? Death Point is a classic stealth action, which not only should inspire a player, but also surprise him. At first glance, you get almost traditional game, tightly staffed with hard levels and various tasks. Instead, you are immersed in a different world, fully associating yourself with the main character.
I'm so glad that was just a copy paste off of the
okay. I don't even think I can top that. What the hell? Okay, we're doing the Chairquisition. This is where we take a look at some games people send us. We maybe give them a little QA, tell you if it's worth your money, worth your time. So yeah, Death Point we review. Oh my god, that's just so bad. Okay, the Chairquisition goes as follows: 1 chair means that it's shit. 2 chairs means that it's meh. 3 chairs means that it's pretty good. 4 chairs means it's awesome.
Man, when you're talking about QA, I think we found our first victim here.
Yes. We also got our category So Doom mixed with the working shiny sounds controls and fun. So take this away. Does it work?
Oh man, I tried it out on the Ryzen 7 1700, 16 gigajoules RAM NVMe hard drive. Thanks, Stevo. Everything worked. I mean, it launched. It's a Unity title. Now you get Unity as the latest version of the engine has a built-in warning feature where your screen turns blue to let you know maybe what to expect in the future. No actual issues launching and running the game. Granted, I've seen better option menus in Flash games. Am I right about that, though?
I mean, you can disable VSync, but that's really it. Also, if you have another monitor plugged
even
in.
the audio sliders are more of a suggestion until you get all the way down. It just cuts off. It's actually kind of jarring.
We'll get to that in a little bit. But you probably do want to cut off the audio. But anyways, yeah. I mean, it works. It hits 60 on my laptop.
Well, what type of laptop are you running 60, it on? Then?
I guess that's
it's the i7 6700 HQ with the GTX 960M. I'm running Fedora 25 at the moment.
Pedro?
Yeah, over here I'm on the FX8370E for now, with the GTX 1080. Yeah, it holds 60. If you disable VSync, you get some frame jittering. So I'm guessing the VSync in Unity is actually working now. But yeah, no, the lack of the options menu is bad.
So did launch. I also noticed that some people in the forums, especially on Linux, were having problems with it launching in their secondary monitor.
That's just Unity.
Yeah,
that's just Unity.
Yeah, it loves the hotel room TV. When I had that plugged in, so I had to unplug the TV. And oh man, that gets really annoying too, because you have to like switch the TV into HDMI mode after it's turned on, which is really dumb. Anyways, you know what score wise, what do you think you're gonna give it?
I think we put all that together. I mean, collectively, if you look at the complete lack of options outside of VSync, and on top of that, the monitor bullshittery that you're going to run into unless you just have a single display, I think round and round, this thing just gets 3 for working. I mean, it works.
Yeah. It starts and it works, but the moment you try to change anything, no.
Okay.
So let's talk about this freaking dialogue, because oh my god, it's so bad. The acting is just clearly they had a bunch of the programmers just sit in front of like a headset mic, like what I'm doing, and read out some lines. Your 2 main characters, the dude and the chick, have like this really, really awful like rapport where they're like pseudo hitting on each other, sort of not, and it's just super obnoxious, and the acting is just absolutely terrible. It makes me want to stab my ears out with a freaking toothpick.
Well, it definitely sounds like it was read by somebody who needed a check.
Yep.
Here's the thing. Like, the first thing you're greeted with is, for some bizarre reason, granted, the first, 8 seconds of it is, passable for an indie game. A lower rent indie game is intro action sequence, cars driving in, people kung fu fighting and all that. Then it gets to the animation rigging, and that's some of the most laughable bullshit I've seen. I mean, it is bad. The physics are laughably bad. It's like something you would expect to see in like Gary's mod or something like that.
See, that's the thing. Gary's mod had some effort put into it, maybe.
Oh, okay. This is true. And, you get past that, then, you get beat up, whatever. And there's one dude who definitely has a American Southern inflection with a report with somebody who's clearly of Russian, Ukrainian,
Eastern European, something.
Eastern European
Slavic
descent,
yes.
trying to match a Southern accent as well. And that is some of the most fuck-mouthing hilarious things. It made me laugh out loud. Is what the hell's going on here? This is adorable for all the wrong things. What does it look like? Am I wrong about this? It's basically like a PS1 game with an HD texture pack, maybe.
It's a little better than PS1, but it's pretty standard Unity asset chop shop crap.
It is, and someone, I think it was Strider, that brought up Shadowrun during the intermission before we actually started the review.
Mm-hmm.
No, Shadowgrounds, not Shadowrun.
Shadowgrounds, yeah, not Shadowrun. Shadowgrounds looks really good considering it came out in 2012, 11. Yeah, no, this it falls a bit short in the aesthetics department. I guess we can't really ding on it all that much because it technically works. Yeah, sure, the animation rigging stops working at certain points. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's a point in the video you're watching right now that it just stops working and the character just scooches along in the crouched position. So that was bad.
Yeah, clearly there wasn't a lot of work put into like the visuals here.
Not the visuals at all. If you look at the lady, I mean, she's like boom right out of the gates. It's like, where the fuck did you steal that image? Completely unrelated to anything else going on.
She kind of reminds me of like Nina from the what is it, Tekken a little bit.
She's there for the cleavage and nothing else.
Pretty much. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is all around. This is going to be like a 2-chair for Shiny and Sounds. It squeaks by because images appear on the screen, noises come out of your speaker, and that's about all you can say about it.
Hey, man, maybe it'll make it up in this control section.
Considering the lack of an options menu, probably not.
No, because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You can't rebind a damn thing because if you haven't guessed it by now, yeah, that's right. This is a click export mobile port, which you can't, rebind anything. It kind of causes your character, because you can use WAS to move. You better get used to that. Hope you enjoy that. Maybe the arrow keys work too. I didn't try it.
Yes, they do.
But your character moves fucky as hell because this was designed from the ground up to work with touch interface, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, no,
yeah,
you can tell just from looking at the UI. Everything is stupidly far apart. Everything is as you'd expect on an Android game. But, yeah, no, if you're trying to navigate that bullshit with a mouse, no.
Now, I was surprised because I plugged in my Steam controller and I moved stuff around, and things worked to some degree until you actually needed to use, like, the scanner feature or to run. And then I went into the Steam controller configuration. Yeah, they just kind of did some spray and pray thing here. So I actually went through and bound some controls to the Steam controller, and it was passable. But that should never, ever, ever be a prerequisite for making your game playable.
Yeah, no. The what also doesn't translate very well is the fact that in Android you don't really get an option to rebind controls, and well, they don't give you one
seriously,
here
Pedro,
either.
what would you rebind them to? The volume keys?
No. You see, using space to interact with things hasn't really been a thing since 2001.
No, I was talking about like on Android. Maybe you could bind it to the headphone jack.
Oh yeah, you can actually set
you
the.
You can pair a DualShock controller with it because it's Bluetooth, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but no, it's the sprint key. On the keyboard, it's just the left shift key, which, let's say if you're playing with the directional arrows like I often do because, I have the mouse on the left, keyboard on the right, So I use the directional arrows, and I like to be able to use the right shift key to sprint. Well, then, fuck me. I guess I'm not getting it.
Yeah. No, the controls here are kind of fucky, and much like Shiny and Sounds, when you press buttons on your keyboard, it does do things, but they're not particularly responsive.
No,
and also the whole shooting mechanic is really dumb as well.
Well, the shooting mechanic sucks, and so does the boop with bottle mechanics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
it really does.
I don't know, man. I personally... Here's the thing. If you don't have rebindable controls or control options, not even like preset layouts for spray and play, which is built into Unity, so you're just being fuck you lazy on purpose.
Yeah.
In 2017, fuck you, man. You're just going to get 2 chairs. Because...
Yep. That's... So, what about fun? Because, like, here's the thing. For me, stealth games are really tricky to pull off because you need to wait around a lot. So, in order to make that tolerable, you have to get, like, a good sense of tension so that you have some sense of immersion so that you don't feel like you're just waiting around with your thumb shoved up your ass.
No, here you're just assimilating with the main character, remember?
Yeah, so, I mean, Hitman Go did this a lot better. And that was a shitty mobile port, too, mind you. But at least, that had some gameplay mechanics.
It was a shitty mobile port of a well-established game with a Hitman skin pack on top of it.
Yep, pretty much. The one thing that bugs me here is like checkpoints here are just spawn points, and you're gonna get tired of playing the same shit over and over again. So you're gonna walk away, and then you're gonna come back and realize, oh, I got to start from the very beginning of the level, and then listen to the same shitty dialogue again, and deal with the same crappy controls all over again, and it's just not fun at all. Like. This is not a good game. It's just not.
No, it's not. And going back to your stealth genre argument, there are a few genres that I like RPGs, FPSs, racing games. Those I have an inherent bias to like those for some reason. But when it comes to the stealth genre specifically, I'm very, very picky. I think outside of the original Thief, The Dark Project, and the sequel, Thief 2, The Metal Age, I don't think any other stealth game have ever even come close to those for me. And every time a new stealth game comes out, I'm like, okay, this is it. This is going to be a good one. I really want to like it. And then we get crap like Death Point.
You do like that, and damn it, you really should have hid the sandwich under your towel so you could have taken it out halfway through the review and just started eating it.
Next time.
Next time. Previously. Here's the thing, man. Every now and then I do like just throwing in a mobile port because we get a lot of mobile ports on Steam. Not just for Linux, but on Windows and Mac and everything else. And sometimes they're done very well. I mean, it's usually extremely rare. And this one, just looking at it on the store, you're thinking, all right, there might be a decent game hidden in here. And, it's not because, Death Point, it's coming from the type of developers who want to charge, are charging $13.99 wet American sticky caches for a game they sell on the Google Play Store for $4.99. That shit by itself, man. That wouldn't be bad if they had gone back and just properly adapted it for a PC, showed me that you'd done some work to earn that extra, those few extra shekels, not just a few, a fuckload more. I could have cut them some slack. If the first sign of an attempt was made to do that, it wasn't. As far as the game, what do you have? For me, top down, sneak around stealth simulator on a fucking wicked tight budget, stupidly overpriced. There's nothing new, nothing original. And on top of that, added bonus of being irritating as hell to control.
Oh, yeah. No, the controls are just the worst.
And the moment you unlock the guns, it just feels so bad. How do you make a game? No.
You see, what we need is we should have given a copy to Scott Michaud because he's got that $2,000 30-inch touchscreen.
Yeah, the touchscreen. Yeah.
Could have tried to play it. And
I wonder if that would even work under Linux. Probably not.
I don't know.
He's a Windows using heathen anyways.
It should work out of the box.
Yeah. And anyways, chair-wise, I'm gonna give this 1.
This gets 1 because the chairs cannot divide by 0. They don't acknowledge the existence of 0. It's not a number for them.
And like most games, the chair acquisition is weighted in favor to give everyone an average score, and this one technically walks away with an average score of 2 chairs. For the final, but
because it technically starts.
Yeah, it runs, but
this technically starts, but this is also the important thing of QA. Yeah, it runs. Now, we need to throw an asteroid on this because fuck this game. It's overpriced. It's bullshit. This is what's wrong with shit on Steam right now. This is lazily done.
This is shovelware. This is exactly what's wrong.
This is really, really fancy shovelware.
It's got some Unity assets in there.
Yeah, Fancy's kind of stretching it. It's two with an asteroid. I wish an asteroid would crash through my hotel room and kill me instead of having
that kind of asteroid. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.